Hello everyone, and welcome back to the 8th episode of my Painting the Thousand Torii Gates series. Today, I'm mostly just going to be doing some more highlights in my painting, and I'm going to be using mostly titanium white the whole time, just straight titanium white, which isn't something that you're supposed to do. But for these highlights, they're so much cooler than the rest of the painting that just by using titanium white, I think there's enough of a difference that I don't have to tint it with anything. And tinting white is when you add tiny bits of pigment to just straight white. So for what I'm doing right now, actually, I tinted it slightly with some yellow because it's not as white as the whitest highlights in the painting. But for the rest, I'm going to be doing just straight white. So I'm also adding in some more definition to all of my columns and slats up above. And I'm doing that by using actually more tinted white. So I guess I'm using both tinted white and just straight white a lot. But there's these little tiny rays of light that come through a lot of the shrines, so I'm just adding that definition in, and I'm also putting in some more of the lines that are kind of throughout the horizontal lines. And I had those before, but they weren't as white as I would like them, so I'm just going through again and I'm adding some more of those. And I'm also fixing some more of my black bottoms of the shrines because in person they were still a little bit too light for my taste at the bottom. And in the photo they do get lighter, but they were just too light. So I kind of just glazed some more black in there. It was more like a combination of black and burnt sienna again, I think. It might have actually had some blue in there, like some cerulean blue. But yeah, I added in more of a shadow there, and I was just doing some more work on the path. I'm not sure I'm quite happy with it yet, but I think it's getting there. And I also got a new tripod set up, so I switched my camera halfway through because I was still trying to get it set up. But yeah, I think it looks a lot better. It's a very good angle now. But anyways, I was doing some more work on my friend's shirt here because again, it's not quite black. It's got some folds in the fabric, which I was trying to get in. And then I went over and worked some more on the lantern. So last episode I added in some more browny reddy black to the left side of it. And today, I actually put blue on my palette today, so I'm going to be working some more on the cooler side, the right side of the lantern, so that it has some definition and it looks like it's 3D. And I'm going back and doing some more work on the columns. I was adding in some shadows on the bottoms so that it looks like they're curved when they come out of the black parts. And I'm also kind of doing the same thing at the top, but instead of using black, I found this just amazing. I was mixing colors, and it's just this amazing, rusty, almost magenta-y color. It was cadmium red and pyrrole orange and burnt sienna and a little bit of ultramarine blue. And all that mixed together made this glorious shadow color that I basically just put everywhere that there was a shadow, because over top of anything it just made it look so much better. So I did that everywhere, and I made some more definition in between all the shrines. I put it on the slats because they were still looking too green, and that really toned them down, which I liked. Yep, so lots more on the slats. Like, I didn't even paint the top slats over in the right-hand corner because I couldn't reach where I was sitting. So I actually got up and walked around to the other side of the painting, which is just crazy. Like, what? Got up and walked around? It was crazy. But now I'm doing the big thing of this episode. I'm doing all of the highlights going down the sides of the shrine. And I am so happy with how these turned out. Even though they're not in a straight line, I don't care because it looks so good. Yeah, it just made such a difference in how the painting looked. Like, it made all of those shrine columns look round, and it made them pop. I'm still a little bit sad that I put my big stripe in my underpainting in the wrong place. So there's kind of like 3 different highlights going down there, but whatever. They're all going in the right direction, so it doesn't really matter. And you can't really see it as much anymore, at least in this video. So yeah, I was going back in with more titanium white. The key to doing any highlights is just layers. Like, you need to have so many layers of getting like increasingly whiter paint for anything to look like it's got light. And I was doing some more of the highlights going down the sides of the shrines. And then some more of that awesome rusty color. Yeah, some of them just still looked too green, and just glazing that everywhere all the time. I'm probably going to do more of that next episode even. And then I'm going back into the lantern and fixing some of that up. I do the little middle bit, the kind of yellowy goldy bit in the center there. Yeah. And then I went back in with some cadmium yellow on that middle shrine there. Wasn't quite yellow enough for me, but just layers and layers. Same thing that I've been saying for the past 8 episodes. And that's it. So I think we're only going to have one more episode after this. I'll be doing the lettering down the sides of the shrines. And just doing some finishing touches. But yeah, it's crazy how much the painting has changed. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot to me. Sayonara, everyone!